Hello guys, my name is Sanskar and welcome back to my channel React Developer. And today we are again back with another video in this MERN stack playlist, and we'll be introducing React Redux in our app. So stay tuned to the last to learn about the Redux in just 15 minutes, how to introduce the Redux in our app in just 15 minutes. So stay tuned to the last, and if you're new to my channel, then please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. So in this one, we'll be using React Redux as usual. So install this or not. Let me do one thing. npm React Redux. This one. So just install these two packages, npm React Redux, and then we'll be using the toolkit version of Redux for our app because I'll find it easier to use and simple for the starter pack. So just install these two packages. I've already installed in our app. So one second. So talking about the Redux toolkit, the following objects which provides Redux toolkit are configure store object. What it does, it creates a Redux store instance for us, and it's just similar to the native Redux store, nothing different. And create action is to create the actions, and reducers are to means function that updates the stores, that are the reducers. So we'll not be using create action or create reducer here. We'll directly use create slice. And what creates slice help us is it is it generates the store slice. It takes the slice name, initial state, and reducer. All the three things it takes directly there, and we can set up very easily. So let's jump into the VS Code here directly and start with the store. Excuse me, guys. Uh, one second. So in the source folder, I'll be making a folder store, and this store I'll be having the main store.js. Store can be started with a lowercase also because it's not a functional component that needs to be started with a capital case. So no worries in this. So export const store equal to configure store. Nice. And what it takes, it takes reducers. So reducer here will be whatever we want to define. So I haven't made any reducer for now, but we'll be making a user reducer just in a second. So in this store only, I'm creating a user.js for having all the data of user in this file. Okay, so what user will have, let's create like this. So export const user, or I'll let that know app user slice. All good. Oh shit. What it takes, it takes the create slice object of which we just read about it. So we'll using here it creates slice. At the rate Redux toolkit, yeah, this one. So create slice will take two things. So first of all, let me write the brackets here, and then it will take a name, what name we want to give this slice. So name will directly put in strings. So name, and name you will give as app users. You can give of your own choice, no worries in this. It's giving some error wise, so okay, we can't give equal to here, it will be a colon. Okay, no worries. And it will take an initial state. You can do two things. You can define initial state somewhere else and then you can import, but I'll do directly here. So I'll have user data here and it will be blank from starting. Again this mistake. No equal to's. Then it will take reducers. So now come with the reducers part, and reducers will also have some other functions. So I'll just have a one function here, and I'll name it as set user data. And what it will do is it will take two things. Reducers take two things. First is the state, and the second is the action. State is generally the initial state, whatever state it is in, and then the action what it needs to perform in that one. Hope you got the point here. So this is like we define then in a fat arrow function. In this fat arrow function we will define what it needs to do. So we will say state, the initial state. You can define it, you can just imagine it as the initial state, no worries with that, whatever we have defined at the up one here. So we want that user data needs should be updated with the action dot payload. So whatever payload it's carrying here will directly put the whole data in the user data. Hope you got this point. Now we need to export this set user data so that we can use everywhere. So export const set user data is equal to app user slice dot actions. Nice. And now we again have to do one thing. We have to default export default whatever what's the default export of this file. So it will app user slice dot reducer, and this is what we need in that store one, whatever it returns. So in the store one now we can define it like this way, that we can do one thing. We will name as this user, and user will take app user slice. Okay, let it like this. So I guess our store is configured now. We need to check this. For that we need to go to the index.js file, the entry point of our React app. This is, and we'll have to wrap whole app with that provider of the store so that we can access the store variable from anywhere in our app. Hope you got this point also. So provider, oh shit, what is that? Provider so it will take store, and this store will also take store as a variable which we will import from that our file. Yeah, here it is. So it's done. Now we need to check how we can access this variable. So let's do one thing. I'll go to some file, maybe navbar. Okay, so we will get the store variable here from our original store. This is a variable where we will get all the data. So we'll be using use selector here from the Redux only, and what it will give is, so state dot user. So we'll log and see what's the data we are getting there. So user data and comma store. Okay, let's see what we get there. It's undefined. Okay, no issues. It's undefined. Let me see. It's telling valid reducer. It does not have a valid reducer. No issues. So we'll go to the store. As we can see, it's a name export. So uh, it's a default export. So we cannot use this name export here. Okay, fine. This would work now. Yeah, it's working. Now we can see the user data is an empty here. So as we have created the login last time, what we will do is we will use the dispatch function to update the store, and we can check if our store is working or not while doing that. So let's go to login one. Here we go. So I did a change in the server side. Let's also see that once in the router, the user. Previously, I was just sending token there, but now I'm sending a data with the user, and this user variable is this one, which we find from our database with this email. So whatever data we get in this user, I'm sending back in this response. As you can see, data is this data is a user here. Okay, let's close this and go back to the login one. And so what I will do is, so just after the success of this login, no, we can't use this one directly here. We'll have to define here const dispatch is equal to use dispatch hook. So okay, and now we will use here dispatch. In this dispatch, I will give two things. So we'll need to have set user data here, which will bring from our slice, and this will take the payload here, and payload is our restored data. So restored data. Let's check this. Let's go to login. I had some test, I remember, like this test.com 12345 6. This password is not to the type password, that's why we are getting to see this password directly here. We'll change it. So now this one is a different one, but as you can see, our store is having this data now. Now user data is filled with bunch of this data which we are getting from the backend, which we can use anywhere in our app. And let me fix this also. This was for the use fetch hook, I remember this. So in the success page, it needs a key here. So key is equal to index, and index will come from here. Most probably this error will go now. Yeah. Now we have a user data which we can use anywhere in our app. Like in the header only, we will use to hide this login and register. Let me show this. So we'll take this user. We'll take a user equal to store dot user data. There's one thing we can do directly is we can get this length of this one. So object dot keys dot length. So, and while getting this length, after getting this length, we can check this length in the login one. So here what we will do is if user equal to 0. So what I'm trying to do is if there is no user, then it will return a 0 length, and when it's a 0 length, we will show this login and register. But if there is some value, we will not show this login and register thing. You can use the in various places, but I just want to show you here we can use this. So maybe we have not we need a console back. I removed the console, I guess. So log so here we go. We need to log in first. So test@test.com. So when we click on login, something must happen. Yeah, here we go. We have the user data here, and all that is gone. So this is how simple you can implement Redux in your app directly in less than just 15 minutes. So hope you guys got some information from this video. So please give a thumbs up to me and please subscribe my channel so that I can grow and have 1k subscribers. I'm telling this from past 1 year and haven't got 1k subscribers till now. Still, thank you very much for watching this video, and please share this video and like, subscribe this for my growth. Thank you very much.